Don't you want it? 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 You lose your little mind. 5 dead lives.
So, welcome to the Deadlights podcast, Mini. I'm your host, Mini Sam.
Mini Leslie here, bringing you your mininess.
And also, we got Mini Tim.
Mini Tim.
Some people call me Tiny Tim, but I'm actually
Tim.
Mini Tim.
Mini
Oh,
Tim.
Mini Timmy.
Tiny Tim is already trademarked, so we got Mini
Oh,
Tim
damn
here
it.
today.
I keep
Oh.
messing
I
it
know.
up.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
He hasn't been dead long enough.
Yeah.
MT.
Mini
Mini T.
Mini
Timmy.
T.
Mini Timmy.
Mini Tim.
Is that anybody's Mini Timmy?
Mini
I don't
Timmy.
think so. Not yet.
It is now.
Lil,
No,
I've
is
heard
now.
a Lil Tim,
Lil
but
Tim.
not Mini
There's-
Tim.
I think it's Lil Kim.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know, but I don't know what
We,
universe you're in.
we enjoyed talking to you so much, we figured we'd just
Yeah.
keep you around for the Minisode. Why not?
Mini
Why not?
Sode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
I mean, we like talking movies with you.
I love talking
Mhm.
movies with
You
y'all.
know?
You're essentially our AMBD encyclopedia.
This is true. AMBD.
MBD?
Instead of IMDb,
IMDb.
you're
Oh
my God.
AMDB.
This is how we
AMBDB.
know I'm
Ashby.
dyslexic.
Ashby Movie Database.
That's all up here.
You have
That's
that
all up here.
incredible ability to just pull up that movie cast list
It
and
is
recall.
pretty fucking incredible because I do not I cannot remember names.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's like your
I-
it's your one weakness. That's like if you were in Superman universe and
Yeah.
fucking
Names.
Doctor Doom or whatever.
That would be
Gun to
my
your
kryptonite.
head. Yeah. It's like, what's the name
Yeah.
of Superman, huh?
I shoot tortillas out of my eyeballs.
Yum.
That's how perfect I am. You want a tortilla?
Oh. Corn or flour, though?
Both.
Whoa.
Oh, shit. I like the superpower.
Corn, flour.
They're glued together.
Flour.
Instead of it being like,
Flour.
corn in flour,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's like,
It's a hybrid.
yeah.
Corn, flour. Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
good. That's
Mhm.
good
I'm going to
power.
start making tortillas.
So were you always able to just like recall like film actors just like that, or
Oh,
is this like
God.
a learned skill? Like, are you researching
Yeah,
all the time? or-
This is the sad truth. All the time. Fucking all the time.
No,
You're
that's
looking it
not
up?
sad
No,
truth.
I spend hours on IMDb a day, not just like a week, because it is a week also, but just like I'm always on there. I'm like looking at reviews that like Roger Ebert made about a movie I just watched. I'm looking at like trivia. I'm looking up stuff on YouTube about the movies that I really love. I'm listening to podcasts. It's a sickness, y'all. It's really
Oh, it's a passion, really.
it is, but it's also like it scratches an itch in my brain so much that I enjoy it, and I
Mhm.
enjoy when people compliment me on how much I know stuff. So I try to downplay it. but I really,
Lovely,
like,
because that's
'cause here we
that's
are.
what we're here to
You
do.
could have worse addictions.
it's true.
Yeah.
Listen,
Way
I
worse.
am not as broke as I would be if I was addicted to Coke,
or
Coca-Cola,
porn sites.
or porn sites. Yeah.
Yep.
Or anything that's outside of like putting it into my body.
Yeah. Or figure
getting it
skating.
out of my body. Or figure skating. Oh, man,
That's an
Expensive.
obsession.
But damn, I would be in so much better shape if I was addicted to figure skating.
But also, those people are just inherently,
Yeah.
just
Intense.
intense.
Tanya Harding beat the hell out of
Mm.
I want to say Nancy Pelosi. That's not right. Kerrigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Kerrigan. Yeah.
It's not Pelosi.
Well, and also if you were devoting all that time to figure skating, you would have no time to come onto this podcast.
That's
At
true.
all.
So-
You wouldn't have any friends.
I mean,
Who knows what we would have
no, I
done?
wouldn't say that.
You would have no friends.
I
No,
probably
edit
wouldn't,
that.
Honestly, like if you're really like going for figure skating, do you really have a lot of friends?
No.
I don't
You
know.
only have
mean,
enemies.
sorry,
you have
cut
more
that.
enemies.
Yeah, you just have rivals.
You have
don't
more rivals than friends.
Right. Exactly.
This is
don't-
this is
I
coming
don't
from
wanna
three
be
people that have never been
popular.
in that scene.
I have ice skated before, but I've never figure skated.
I've ice skated. Ice skated.
Hey, skated.
I've ice skated.
I've ice skated. I've never figure skated.
Yep, never.
Yeah, never.
Never.
I tried a few times, but
Yeah.
didn't work.
It's
No, I
okay.
fell on my bum.
Oh, many times.
And it hurt.
Yeah, my tailbone's still bruised probably from 7 years ago when I did it last. I think.
That's not
I
why.
Oh,
you
Angela.
sloppy minx.
Angela.
So Edit that.
That's-
Edit that.
Edit that out. No.
Hey, I'm open about my marriage. It's fine.
No, this is gonna be edited.
So when
This is all
she
raw.
pegged me,
Why did that go lower? I
Burr.
feel like we go. Peg me.
that's what it sounded. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
So Tim,
Yes.
what was like the best thing that you've watched recently?
Oh yeah, we
Ooh.
Movie,
we talked
TV,
about that.
whatever.
Oh
Yeah.
well, I mean, I gotta go Last of Us.
Ah,
that's such a
Whoa.
cop out
Classic.
because that's
Ding,
like
ding, ding,
the-
ding,
Well,
ding.
so last week our minisode was "What are you watching?" and we
Mhm.
talked a lot about The Last of Us.
Yes.
and
Last of Us is
We're
pretty
loving
good.
The Last of Us.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
loving it.
Pedro Pascal, holy
Mhm.
shit, he's so good.
Mhm.
Sorry, that probably
I am-
sparked it too much.
So good.
He's so good, and so I've been talking with one of my friends who played Last of Us a lot. And so she and I have been talking about like, oh, they changed this, they changed that, and you could tell that she's really excited about it because she's a filmmaker. And so she's really excited about how they're changing things,
Mhm.
and it's all in service of fleshing it out versus like we're making the story completely different.
Exactly.
Like, you
Agreed.
know, some people have been saying like, oh, the Bill and Frank thing that didn't do anything to service the story. And it's like, well,
Well, that's
maybe
because
that's
you're
not what it's
homophobic.
supposed to. And that's that too.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't. That
It
like
was-
builds the world. That like builds the characters in the world. I don't.
Right.
It also
Of course it has
shows the
purpose.
humanity,
The
like
humanity,
the
yeah.
love that you can still develop during a hard time where
It's about the worst
you
time
can
ever.
harden.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to harden. You're supposed to be able to survive.
Mhm.
And if you have a weakness, I mean, which is penetrating through the walls
Mhm.
of his heart.
Oh. The first 10 minutes and up, but spread out for an hour and a half.
Oh God, up.
in
Yeah.
a zombie
In like a
mushroom
fungus
apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
But
that.
Love it.
But like that's also kind of the point of what they're doing of like, yeah, they're like showing maybe like little glimpses of hope when there's nothing really to be hopeful for. And
Yeah,
Mhm.
there, and it's like not about the virus
No.
or like the fungus like killing people. It's about what are we doing with the last of us? What do are we like so focused on our mission, or are we gonna like take some time to hope a little bit? Are we gonna take some time to like make those puns that Ellie was
Well,
making in the
also
last
like
episode?
socially, as you're gonna get a lot of people who are not nice during the apocalypse.
Yeah.
You know, either they get hardened
Mhm.
and have to think just about themselves, or you know, you build a whole community because you're a manipulative person that cannot survive without other people.
Mhm.
But your fucking mind is what's like your best asset,
Mhm.
and then and then you fucking terrorize people.
Yeah,
Anyways,
exactly.
that's where we're at right now
Mhm.
In the show.
in the show.
Yes.
But this
Uh,
episode is coming.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Wait.
Great show.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it.
Question:
Yes.
Did you watch any of The Walking Dead?
No.
Okay.
But I know that that's similar
Yeah.
kind of
'Cause
philosophy.
I watched
process?
probably like 8 seasons of I mean, I know they went beyond 8 seasons,
Mhm.
but at a certain point, I was just like, I'm done. I think after they killed a bunch of people, I was like, okay, I just got to check
I
out.
mean,
Mm.
look, Glenn was supposed to die a lot sooner,
Yes, that's true.
but because the actor is such a fucking lovable person and is a fantastic actor.
Stephen Yoon.
As soon as he left, I was like, this is it. I
We're done.
literally stopped
Spoiler.
watching.
And that was the episode that I actually
Spoilers.
stopped. That was the episode that I stopped. That was the
Yeah.
episode I
Really?
was like, yep. Because
Yeah.
my God, that episode is insane. That was like, I mean,
Heart-wrenching.
talk about human on human violence. That was
Mm.
insane. I mean, the reason that I brought up Walking Dead in the first place was
Yeah.
because The Last of Us is reminding me a lot of the beginning of The Walking Dead,
Mhm.
which is you start off with this virus and you think it's going to be humans fighting these monsters, but it becomes way more about how humans are interacting with other humans.
Mhm.
But I think that this show is it's bringing obviously a new twist to the zombie,
Mhm.
but also the relationship that we set up and their like goal that we set up at the beginning of The Last of Us, I think is like, that's like really compelling. Like we might have a cure here, you know,
Mhm.
you never get that in The Walking Dead. They kind of, in the first season, they're like, no, there's no cure. This is forever.
Mm. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, And
Yeah.
like what I love too is that they're showing people doing things that they're uncomfortable with and making them go on. I'll give you an example. Melanie Linsky, the bad guy so far. You can
In
tell
Philly.
she just looks like she feels uncomfortable like holding a gun.
Because
Yeah.
she never has the weapon.
Because why would she never had to before?
This is
No,
a
that's
weapon.
why
Yeah.
her mind,
Yeah.
her manipulation
Yeah,
is.
and she's able to do that for people. But she just seems they cast her because, I mean, I guess we're going back to Silence of the Lambs a little bit, but
she
like
looks meek.
they probably underestimated her first, and then she
Mhm.
helped take over the quarantine zone,
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
QZ,
Yeah.
in Kansas, at the city that they're in, whatever. Because in the game it was Philly, I think.
I think in the game it was Philly.
yeah, but they're like,
they
yeah.
kind of that was like the one thing they changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so one thing that I've also like watching it and then watching or listening to the podcast that they make about the show immediately after
Oh, really?
with the creators of the
Mhm.
show is really cool.
Yeah.
So I've been geeking out about that too.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
want to know how the production is done because I would love, like, I have this passion to make a film or make a show.
Mhm.
Yeah, do they talk about at all like if it's mostly sets that they're in? Like are they in backlots or
They haven't said that.
cuz that's what I'm always interested too
but-
cuz the production design
yeah.
is great.
Oh,
like
it's amazing.
it looks awesome.
Fantastic.
I'm just
It looks
wondering-
so fucking real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just
truly.
wondering like where they set
Um,
that up.
I think they did say at some points, like whenever they leave the museum and they're looking out at all the fungi or the fungus infected people. I think they said that was CGI
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
in
that
the
makes
studio.
sense.
Yeah.
So I think they're being pretty sparing with that. And I remember
Trying to keep some
thinking,
secrets.
Yeah,
you
trying to keep
know?
some secrets and also just trying to like use CGI until we actually need it, not use it until
Mhm.
we actually need it.
Or so like if you were to know this information, it's information that's only great for like another artist. They
Mm.
don't want to like make a
They don't wanna
I don't
spill
want
the
to sound
secrets,
yeah, exactly. They don't want to like break that illusion from others that are not trying to like think of it like,
Mm.
oh, how are you doing that? Because I want to replicate it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, other
Yeah.
people are just like, fuck, now I know.
No,
like
man,
I'm no
it's a
longer in
practical
it.
dumb.
Yeah, and it's like,
Dumb. But they have the guy that's hosting the show is the guy that was the Joel in the video games.
Troy.
Which is really cool, yeah.
Wow.
And
okay.
yeah.
Is he from Critical Role too?
No,
Okay.
but Ashley
Oh.
Johnston, who voices Ellie,
Mhm.
is.
Mm.
It's a D&D camp like show that I watch with Adam.
Yeah.
And they also have a show too.
Yes. Yeah, that sounds right.
The way that you geek out about actors in movies,
Mhm.
I geek out about voice actors. I'm
Oh, dude.
searching all the time.
So what else has that voice actor that did Joel done? Has he voiced other things or
I
Him
think
I don't know about, but he is pretty famous. So
Okay.
he
Yeah, he's
100% is
Mm.
voicing a lot of
do
stuff.
they use his likeness in the game? Or is it
No,
don't they a
Uh,
little bit?
he's thinner than
Oh.
Joel is,
Okay.
and not less. Pedro Pascal is actually more, in line with how he looks.
interesting?
Because Troy looks very, more blonde. He's blonde,
Mm. Mhm.
dirty
Yeah.
blonde.
Yeah.
How about movies?
Movies.
I don't know. So it's TV. What any good movies you watch?
Oh yeah. Damn, what did I watch recently?
You're really great at asking questions. I'm terrible.
Well, we
Even-
both
even-
have our
no.
No.
we both have our roles on this podcast.
Yeah.
I mean,
With my partner, it's also very hard. I'm just like, tell me what you want.
It's okay. Listen,
You come up with your own questions.
I'm
and
here for just the questions, and you're here for the you're the flair.
entertainment.
Exactly.
Na, 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 na.
ooh, okay. You know what I saw recently that I would love to like really get into with y'all sometime?
Ooh.
Tar.
Have not seen it yet.
Oh,
My parents actually
man,
like 2
that's
days ago just said we just watched Tar. It was really good. You should watch
Tar?
it.
It was really good, but
But-
damn, I'm gonna have to watch it like 15 more times before I can even fathom
Talk
what's
about
going
it?
Kate Blanchett.
on. Yeah.
She's a conductor.
She's a conductor,
Oh.
and she is taking advantage of her power, and she like knows so much about classical music. She's like she won an EGOT, much like Viola Davis in real life recently.
Yeah.
But she like has an EGOT,
Yes,
and
girl.
she just like knows so much about classical music. So she's clearly like worked her ass off to get to where she is, and then she's also a predator. And like and is like grooming some young women and like being flirtatious
Sounds
in
like
front of her
someone I
wife.
know.
Yeah. And
That's in our bucket. Tar is in our bucket.
Really?
Mhm.
yeah, because there's some parts that are just like, whoa, damn, okay.
Yeah.
Um
I've not seen
You
it
know
yet,
that
but-
that she was the inspiration, like
yeah,
from
like
the beginning.
the Todd Field, the guy who wrote it and directed it, he directed Little Children, and he directed her in I'm Not There when she played Bob Dylan. Here we go, TIMDb.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Oh.
And so they worked together before, and so he wrote this part for her and
Mm.
said, if you don't take it, I'm not doing this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Kate Blanchett fucking kills it because she always does.
Fucking amazing.
Amazing. I've never
Amazing.
not believed her in anything she's done
Absolutely not.
because she's just that good.
Yeah.
And she's great in this. It's just a very strange movie. And I saw this article on like slate.com that basically said the thing that people have issues with is that they take everything at face value in the movie, and you can't do that. Because like the first two acts are very steeped and very like naturalistic. Like we're talking about really in-depth classical music stuff. And then all of a sudden in the third act, things start happening, and you're like, wait, that's not normal.
Don't take who people present themselves to you be the end all.
Exactly. That's a big part of this
Like-
movie too. Yeah.
Read into things. If you don't feel comfortable, then do not hang out with them. Do not, be nice.
Yeah.
You can be rude and just have them not be in your life. You don't have to be nice.
Right. Exactly. And
Yep.
like that's somebody was like, there's a student of hers or something, or like she was being a mentor to them, and they were trying to like get her, or she denied Kate Blanchett's character tried to come on to her, and she turned her down, the young
Mhm.
woman, and then she kept trying to like ask for help with like, hey, help me get into this academy or whatever, like, because you're my mentor or whatever, like I'm gonna look past what you did. And she just kept like ignoring the email and like emailing the institutions and saying she's not gonna be a good fit, don't take her, she's crazy, don't listen to her.
Ugh.
And like she ends up killing herself. And spoiler. But like, and you see how it's affecting her, but she's trying to stuff it all down because it's not her fault, and she's just trying to like duck and thwart the truth about it. And yeah, and then you think about like she's a predator and she's had to like bust her ass, and a lot of people are like, well, why is a woman playing that kind of character and stuff? And the way that I kind of see it is that she's had to like be
Address?
more
She said to overcome being a woman in a
in a
male-dominated.
patriarchal way, so now she's responding in the only way that she knows from the trauma that she suffered as a woman by men.
That is a lot.
I mean,
So I mean, it's like all these things.
Wow.
So it's
yeah,
wow, wow.
men
It's like
are
2.5
not the only
hours.
ones doing this.
Exactly.
No,
They
no,
are
you're right.
Most
No.
common, but
Yeah.
and that is, yeah.
That's, wow,
I
that's
mean,
interesting.
It's sad, but like I think we all know somebody that like has done that,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
just like empowering people to be able to like stand up for themselves and just fuck rudeness.
Mhm.
I mean, fuck kindness. There
Right.
you go.
Yeah.
Be rude.
All that stuff that you just said is really fucked up, but it makes me
Yeah.
more excited to watch that
Mhm.
movie
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it sounds very layered. I want to
It's-
see
yeah,
it
absolutely.
and check it out. And she's great.
Yeah.
What one question for you though.
Yes.
Do you think there was enough room on the door in the Titanic? Because recently
Okay,
James Cameron, because we're talking about Kate Blanchett.
Kate Winslet.
Kate
It
Winslet.
was
We're talking about
the
Kate's.
Titanic.
Sorry, we're talking about
Kate's.
Kate's.
All the Kates in the world.
And recently, James Cameron came out with a video showing that actually there wasn't enough room on the door. He did an experiment. But, you know,
But Mythbusters
what do you think?
also did it.
Really?
I think, yeah, and they did determine. It's like, well, I think I don't know if it's my memory or I'm just making this up right now. Excuse me.
It's fine. We can lie on this podcast. It's
Well,
our
Well,
podcast.
I
We
mean,
can do whatever we
listen.
want.
This is
my band Froglung.
no. So I have a counterpoint to it. The door was big enough for both of them,
Mm-hmm.
but because of their equal weight, they would have been underneath the water. Where
Mm-hmm.
that is what killed fucking Leo DiCaprio.
Mm-hmm.
He is submerged in water and froze him. So if they're both in the fucking door, they would have not survived.
Mm.
It would have been sunken and they would have been touching that cold ass water. They would have both
Mhm.
died.
Okay, but he was like he was like from neck down submerged. Obviously, you're gonna freeze to death and die. But if they were both like just kind of half submerged, you think maybe like there
No,
was?
I think it would have been a reaction of frostbite, you know, of what you get when you are exposed to cold water for many hours.
Mhm.
They were not rescued like
It
right
took
there
a
and
while.
then.
Yeah,
True.
she
It
had to
took a
develop icicles.
Fucking
Well, she did, didn't?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Well, no, she did the whistle. No, it was pretty soon.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah.
was dying. She
No,
was also dying.
after-
That's the thing.
After she says goodbye, Jack,
Bye,
and he like
Jack.
floats down, then the boat comes like immediately
I
afterwards.
think it's like right after that.
I
And then
mean-
she gets the whistle and blows it. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But
In real
If he would have
life,
survived like 5 more minutes, maybe 5 more
5 more
minutes,
minutes?
maybe.
Like, hey man, let's just smoke a J and like fucking hang out, bro. So what's up, Jack?
Minute.
So what's up, Jack?
Yes, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. And last question:
Yeah.
do you think that at the beginning of making this podcast
Yeah.
that you'd ever be talking about the fact of the door floating on the Titanic water would be a point of this podcast? Did you ever think that, Leslie? I'm talking to you.
me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Do you ever think we'd be talking about this on this horror podcast?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Oh.
No. But I
Which
was
one is it,
really okay because this question comes up on social media a lot. I have not had the pleasure to talk to anybody about my perspective on this.
On Titanic, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
I
figured I'd bring it up.
developed this throughout the years, and I just think both of them would have died a lot sooner if they were exposed to the cold ass fucking water because she was about to die. Anyways,
All right, yeah. I'm fine with that. Leo can go.
it's horror. It's death.
It's horror, it's death. Tim?
I don't think.
I don't know what's going
To
on.
answer your second question first, no,
know
I
what's
did
going
not. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
You're gonna see
I
this.
did not-
Sorry,
Oh, I know. I'm excited to see
I
all of it.
spilled all over.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Mhm.
y'all just. How am I more?
Today's
of
the
a Drake
day
professional than y'all are?
Where the table is soaked in beer.
Poured.
Squeaky,
Yeah.
squeaky, squeaky. No, that landed
fabric
on
is
me.
just, like I spill stuff all the time. So the fact that y'all are spilling more than me, it makes me feel real good right now.
You're welcome.
Yay.
Oh, this is a confidence boost.
Hey.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
Well, Tim, thank you for
Thank you.
Thank
being
you.
here and just talking to us. And
Love
where can the people find you?
Well.
Please don't do that plug.
Oh, come on. All right. Well, my actual. Let me come up with some more. Okay, and go improv. No, my actual Instagram handle is at Kalamazoo Parakeet.
Mhm.
CALLAMAZOOPARAKEET.
It's a title on the screen right now. Like it's on. Like I promise you, I put it on the screen every time.
I'm just drinking too much of this
Okay.
Christmas
Christ
IPA.
juice. Well, you
Christ juice.
can you
Yes.
can
Christ
follow
juice.
me on Color Me Leslie.
And me at BP Pritchie T, and us at the Deadlights Pod.
Deadlights.
Also, check out Playground Social, which is the
Playground
studio that we are recording this
Social.
at. But until next minisode, let's get mini spooky. Tiny, mini Tim, mini Leslie, mini Sam.
Mini